We need to start talking about climate change and Palestine, and climate change and genocide, and climate change as genocide and ethnic cleansing, because you know it's going to settle the question of who gets to live in Palestine once and for all when it's 120 degrees and it's uninhabitable there and unsafe for humans to be outside and live. And listen, I know climate change is so big and so scary that when most people start hearing about it, they just want to close their ears and go la 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 and look anywhere else. But if there's one group of people, if there's one movement that has learned to look terrifying things in the face and confront them, it's this movement for Palestine. And so I believe that the only hope we have in actually confronting climate change will come from this movement and these people. So I have a whole series planned on climate connections between Palestine and climate change, Congo and Sudan and Palestine and climate change, genocide and climate change. And I'm in the middle of reading 2 books that I'm going to be talking a lot about. And so I'm encouraging y'all to pick up a copy and read them along with me. There's a really dark, hard one, and there's a more optimistic, fun one. So I think it's great to be reading both. I think they're in a good balance with each other, but you can also pick your poison. The really dark, terrifying one is The Uninhabitable Earth, Life After Warming by David Wallace Wells. This book is synthesizing a lot of climate research to sort of give you a big overview picture of understanding the science and the predictions of just what might happen this century. The second, lighter, more optimistic read is The Day the World Stops Shopping by J.B. McKinnon, How Ending Consumerism Saves the Environment and Ourselves. This one's much more like optimistic, actionable, hopeful, showing just the kinds of changes we can make to save ourselves from a genocide that will be hundreds of times worse than what's happening in Palestine. And again, we'll put an end to the question of who could live in Palestine, because the answer will be no one. No one will be able to live in Palestine if we hit 3, 4, 5 degrees Celsius of warming. So I'm not going to get too into the science in this video, but I do want to announce something that I'm doing in my family this year and that I'm inviting all of y'all to do. And I know there is an effort towards like a coordinated strike against consumerism and materialism for Palestine for the holidays. But really, I just think this is a great moment in time to practice decoupling as much as possible from a violent genocidal economy that's going to kill all of us. So for ethical reasons, this year, my family is not going to be participating in the economy of consumer gift giving. So, and I was shocked how easy this conversation went down with my 7-year-old. She has always had Christmas and Hanukkah because we're a bi-religious family. And she has always gotten Christmas presents, but this year we've told her, like, we're not doing that. Like, we're not going to just buy you stuff because it's Christmas so you can have stuff this year. And I was expecting like tears and a lot of pushback. She was fine. I was like, we're going to do an experience instead. And I explained why. Like, here's why buying new stuff, buying new things made of plastic is bad for the environment. You know, I didn't get into like the connections to genocide and everything, but hopefully y'all can see that. And if you don't, we're going to be talking about that on this channel soon. But basically, like, my rules are for gift giving this year, and this goes for everyone. Nothing new, no new consumer products, non-essentials. Okay. So you can gift secondhand goods, handmade goods, food, and as long as it's not like McDonald's, like not a BDS food, and experiences, as long as, again, it's not a BDS thing or like really bad for the climate. Like, I'm not going to buy somebody airline tickets, not only because I can't afford that, but also because that profits Boeing, and airplane carbon emissions are like the single worst thing that any of us are doing for the planet. If you like shopping, awesome. Go to the thrift store, go to the vintage store. You like the physical act of shopping, you can shop there and find things there if that's something that you enjoy. If you cook, you can make someone a cookie or a loaf of bread or whatever it is. And part of this process too is like, it's gonna force you to talk to and prepare the people in your life, right? And spread the message of what you're doing. So like, look, this is a secondhand shirt I found that I thought of you. Here's why I'm only gifting secondhand items this year. And you can mention Palestine, Congo, Sudan, climate change, whatever are the reasons for the divesting from this consumer economy that you want to give. So I think there may be more targeted, coordinated boycotts and strikes as we get closer to Black Friday and December and Christmas giving seasons. But this is just me. I'm inviting everyone to just divest from the whole thing. Rather than memorize some long list of companies that you got to boycott, just boycott giving companies your money. Just keep it secondhand or handmade or to food, because everyone needs food to live, right? And I think those will be great gifts that everyone will love. And the best gift of all to our children would be a planet that is not going to be a fucking meat grinder killing hundreds of millions of them through heat, death, famine, natural disasters, wildfires, rising sea level, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.